What is up, everyone? JD here. I hope you're doing well today. Today we're going to be doing my full overview of the oknife freeze, and we're going to go ahead and do the oknife chattel as well. Chattel, not sure how you say that. Let's get into it. What we're going to do first is we're going to go ahead and do size comparisons. Then I'll give you quick weights on these two, give you my thoughts and impressions and recommendations. Let's do this. All right, we're going to kick it off with some size comparisons. First, here it is against the Remet Rhinoceros. And here they are. I said it. They are against the Civivi Praxis. So you can see these are more medium-sized EDC folders coming in closer to size of the Remet Rhinoceros. That review should be coming up soon. I don't know if this will hit first or the oknife video or the Remet video. I don't know which one will hit first. I got twisted up there. My gosh, let's keep going. All right, here it is against the Benchmade Bug Out. Here they are against the Benchmade Bug Out. I will get this right eventually. And here they are against the Atom from TRM. Really good looking knife there, but you can see these are closer in size to the Bug Out. So let me go ahead and move the Atom out, and we'll swap out the last comparisons. That is going to be the Spyderco Shaman, and I have a 3-inch blade here with the Para 3, and still pretty close in size, I would say, to that Para 3 versus it being closer to the Shaman. All right, that's it for size comparisons. Let's check the weights on these two, and then we'll jump into thoughts and impressions. We're going to start with the chattel. Oh, I think I missed the on button. So there you go. You guys can see. I'm guessing this is probably about 3.3 ounces, and I'm going to say the same for the freeze, coming in at about 3.4. So both just under, or well, both are under 3.5 ounces. So not bad on the weight at all. I am going to run through the chattel first. So the chattel is a $59 knife from oknife. You have G10 on top of steel liners. You have a deep carry pocket clip, but it is not reversible. Missed opportunity there, but for the price, I guess I kind of get it. Minimal, cutting back on the labor as much as possible. On the inside here, you do have, well, y'all can't see that. You do have milled out liners on the inside here to help reduce that weight. And you have a coated D2 clip point blade that is very thin. This is a very slicey knife. And I do like the way that it performed when I did my little sample test cutting. I didn't really cut a whole lot with it because these are not my knives. They're part of the pass around. But again, very slicey. D2 has a very toothy edge to it. So when I went across some cardboard and it went straight through it, like really no issues at all. I did probably just a few cuts and then it cleaned right off. I imagine eventually though, you'll start to see wear marks because this is just a coated D2 blade. I like when they do the black wash a little bit better. For me, I think that ends up holding or hiding and masking the cuts scars a little bit better. As far as ergos are concerned, this is like right at 4 fingers for me. So I'm hanging off the back just a little bit, but not too bad. The fact that it's knocked down very nicely all around makes it comfortable in hand. And the only thing I'm really feeling are the liners. And that I think is because they sit just a little proud. No, it might not be the liners. It might actually be just it's this liner. It's the liner lock that I'm feeling. Pocket clip I can feel, but it's not uncomfortable. Just know that it's there. They did a good job ramping this down so that you can go in and out of the pocket nicely, and it does. It goes in and out of the pocket really good. Access to that lock bar is good, and you can drop it right down to the thumbnail and just let it fall, and then you just give it a flip. Really good action, very well tuned. Again, $59, I believe. Editor, you can correct me if I stated that wrong. And then with both of these, what I would recommend, well, let's wait till the end. Let's go ahead and jump over to the freeze next. So the freeze also flipper only, and I don't know if I mentioned that on the chattel, but the chattel is a free flipper only, so is the freeze. Really good detent, nice action on here. These have this has aluminum scales, 154 cm, also coated blade. I think it could have benefited from a black wash here. I think that would have been really nice. This one has a lanyard hole, whereas the Chattel did not. It has no pin either for the lanyard, for anybody out there that likes that. But it doesn't interfere with the pocket clip. Pocket clip rides deep, so that's fine. And on this model, it is reversible, so it is right hand, left hand friendly. It has the same chamfering. I'm not going to bring the flashlight out here again, but it has the same milling on the inside for weight reduction, just little circles, and then little circles on the back here and above the lock bar. Lock bar access on this one is good. Not as good as it is on the Chattel, but it's, you know, it's good enough to get to. A little tight for larger hands, but not awful. And the action on this one definitely needs to be broken in a little bit more. But I think once it broke in, it would be really, really smooth because it flies out there. Seems like the 154 CM is treated really well. Again, paper cut and same piece of cardboard. Actually, I just ran it through a couple times. No issues. Good edge on it. It's a little bit shorter for me. I am falling off the back because of the way that the handle is shaped. I can just kind of slide off of the back there and just feels smaller in hand. But I do prefer the Wharncliffe style blade shape here, or you may want to call it a reverse Tonto. I prefer this blade shape because it's really good for those utility cuts. Pinch grip works really well, and then detailed work works really well. With the clip point, you have to get up a little bit higher for those dry cuts. Those dry cuts. Watch those dry cuts. Those draw cuts. Whereas with this one, it's a little bit better. Also with that clip point, I felt like I was going to slide out of the cut a little bit easier than this. So this is definitely more of the worker's shape right here. Action again, smooth. We covered that. Flipper on here is really well jumped. Nice and snappy on there. And the pocket clip is exactly the same style pocket clip that you see here on the Chattel. So goes in and out of the pocket really, really nice. I like that a lot. Flipper tab's a little bit different. I actually prefer the flipper tab on the Chattel than I do on the Freeze. I feel like this one here blends a little bit better and seems like it's a little bit easier to push button and do the light switch. This one you can just light switch and that's really about it. Blades tucked away nicely in the handle of the Chattel, where you see a little bit of it because of the way that it's contoured on the Freeze. And the aluminum's probably going to scratch a little bit easier than the G10, but I think the coating and the way that the aluminum looks is a little bit more premium looking in my opinion. Very nice. This one coming in at $79. I think this is $49 as I'm saying that. This one might be $49. So I think I said it wrong earlier when I was saying $59. With both of these, if you like either of these or if you like any knife from oknife, I would highly recommend waiting for one of the combo sales because they end up kind of reducing the price of two products. So, you know, almost for the price of what you would pay for one of these, you probably get like a flashlight with it on their combo sales. And that to me is more worthwhile because you're getting a little bit more out of it. That would be my honest opinion. But the finishes on both of these are very nice. Alternatively though, for the money, I would say for 49 bucks, you could go out, spend an extra $5 or $6, get the Remet Rhino, which comes in 14C28N, and this one is a plunge lock with a detent ball. So on the inside of this one, you have a liner that is pushing the detent ball against the blade, and it rides against it. So you don't get that fall shut action. It's more like controlled close. But I mean, just a little effort gets it to kind of swing home really easy. And even if you don't get the timing of it right, the way that detent ball puts pressure on, long as you're not slamming it, the detent ball is going to keep it in place. So I really kind of like this one. It's breaking in more and more as I own it. And, you know, it's probably around, like I said, around the same size as what you're seeing for this knife. Alternatively, and I forgot to snag it, that is not the knife I'm meant to put away. Man, oh man, I forgot to snag it. Hang on one second. Now, I will say the 154 CM is going to be better on the Freeze versus what I'm about to show you, but 14C28N titanium full-size folder, which I went a completely different direction as opposed to same size. The Kubi you're getting for around $100 versus paying $80 for the Freeze. but the 154 cm is going to perform a little bit better all the way around versus 14C 28N. But I like this full-size folder a little bit better, and you're also getting titanium that has these little milled scales, or these milling lines on the scales, which is really nice. I like that a lot because it adds to the texture and the grip, and I think it makes it look a little bit nicer too because they're like pinstriped, so they're not loud and obnoxious, so I really like that a lot. So I like this one a little bit more from Kubi, and as you can see, that one, as it breaks in, the action is really smooth. So those are just a couple of alternative recommendations, but you could look at anything from Kaiser, you can look at anything from Civivi, you can look at Kubi. Man, you can look at a bunch of the budget brands. Concept has some lower end stuff from their premium models that they bumped down with G10 and micarta. Those are some really good alternative options. You can just look down their line to see if aesthetically there's something a little bit nicer in this price point. But if you're getting these with the oknife sale combo deals, they're actually going to be pretty good little deals, especially if you just want something small, or if you like the way that either one of these look. Let me know what you think about these two down in the comments. I am curious. I always love to hear your feedback. Shout out to everyone out there that leaves the comments, the likes, and who are subscribed. I appreciate all the support. I love you guys. I hope you have a fantastic week. Until next time, peace.